Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about document management for TrulinX users using the ImageQuest system, specifically on adding additional document types. Many of you with TrulinX may be familiar with Mike James, the CEO of Informa Software. My name is Glenn Evans. I'm the Director of Sales for Informa Software. Been for Informa coming up on 3 years. Been in the industry working with document management, workflow automation, business process automation for over 23 years. This is the second in a series of videos about using ImageQuest with TrulinX. I encourage you, if you're interested in these other topics, please take time to view these. You can access these videos on Informa's website. So talking about adding additional document types, we're going to use the sales tax certificate as an example. And of course, I'm sure you're familiar with the business value for this. These are required to maintain a valid sales tax certificate for all of your suppliers, and we know that you have to stay on top of expiring certificates. We're going to show you today how ImageQuest can manage this process for you and alert you to expiring certificates. And in fact, we can help make compliance become an automated function. 4 things we're going to cover: how to create a new document type, how to create a new attribute, how to create a data lookup in TrulinX, and how to add notifications, specifically an expiration alert focused on the expiration date of the tax certificate. Now, as you know, Informa Software has provided document management solutions since 2001 and provides a lot of value for your business: a reduction in paper, easy access to any document, help speed up the counter sales transaction process, help you collect the payments faster, audit trails and no lost receipts, reducing human intervention, and of course we integrate with TrulinX, but also other systems, for example, your CRM system that you can use. We have the ability to automate accounts payable, human resource, e-forms, and most any of your other business processes. And if you're interested in those, we'd love to talk to you about that more at another time. Of course, talking about bringing documents in, with ImageQuest, you can bring them directly in by dragging and dropping. You can scan them to a watch folder. You can scan them directly into ImageQuest. And, of course, we can set the system up so that it can monitor email boxes and either bring any attachments to an email in or bring the attachment and the contents of the email in. All of these are stored in the centralized ImageQuest repository and allows you to manage the documents, to search and variety of factors to find whatever document that you would like, either by index values, by dates, even by full text search. You can share these documents inside the system, or you can send them outside the system. It allows you to do basic workflow in the basic system, and we also have automated workflow for other functions that you may be interested in. So let's just take a minute. Let's go into the ImageQuest system, and let's talk about what it takes to do the different functions we've talked about. Now, first off, though, before we get too far into this, how easy is it to use? Now, let me just show you. Say we've already set everything up, and you would have some sales tax certificates to bring in. It can happen this easy. We can scan them directly into the system by using the scan button, or we could actually have them scanned to a folder. They could have been pulled out of an email. Either way, they've come into the system, and now they're ready to be indexed. So basically, it's as simple as just selecting the document. We can, of course, preview the documents and see the preview on the right-hand part of the screen. Index the document by choosing Index, and come in and choose the Sales Tax Certificate right here. And now we built a lookup in for this, so now we have a Sales Tax Certificate, and all we have to do is go back and select the name of the vendor, and of course it'll populate this field here. We selected the customer ship-to ID, and it populated the full customer ship-to name. Now, if we had chosen, we could have had additional fields that were populated directly from the TrulinX database, but we made it simple for you. And here, looking at the expiration date, we can just go back and choose where that is, and you'll see up on the cursor, I'm going to draw a little blue box around that date. Although they spell out December, you'll notice it's going to go back and transfer that data into a valid date and make it 12/31/2018. Didn't get my box in the right space the first time there. So we commit it, and now this document is in the system and it's able to be used. Now, of course, if we've set it so that there's a notification of when an expiration is going to occur, we'll receive a message very similar to this. Again, we control the message that's in the body of the email. It allows us to go back to that document and look at the actual image from the email. But, of course, this may be all that you need to know. We have this particular vendor that has an expiration coming up, so we need to either email them or call them and do something to try to rectify the situation. So how did we set this up so that we were able to do this? I'm going to switch over now to the IQ Administrator, and you'll see that we already have some document types in here. We'll go back and choose a document type. We built a couple of examples of sales tax certificate. I'm going to build a third one just to show you how easy it is to build a new document type. And of course, in your system, you have the ability to add as many document types as you would like. So we'll just simply click Add, and we'll call it a sales tax certificate. And we're going to call it 3 here because it wants to keep you from naming more than one document type the same name. Obviously, we need to organize that. We're going to let everybody see it by default. And now we've built the name. Let's add some attributes. Now what we'll do is we'll show all of them. We're going to unselect it, and we'll go back and choose some of these. You'd have the ability to add any of these that you would like to, but of existing attributes, let's choose the customer ship-to ID, the customer ship-to name, and of course, if we wanted to, we could add additional, but we're going to use just these 2. Now, how easy is it to add an additional attribute? We can go back and choose Add New Attribute. I do want to point out at this time, it's very important that you don't modify existing attributes. If you have the need for a new attribute that's very similar to one that you've already created, just make a new one. You can make as many as you would like, but if you go back and change an existing one, it's very likely you may be breaking processes that were already created. So we're going to create a new one here. We're going to call it the expiration date, and I'm going to call it 3. And again, of course, you have all the variety of index fields that you create. This is going to be a date field, and just that quickly we've created it. And so now we have our ship-to ID, our ship-to name, and our expiration date created that simply. And then we'd be able to bring in and index the documents just like you saw earlier. But what about the document lookup, the data lookup? We focused on the customer ship-to ID, and we're able to automatically populate with the data from the TrulinX database, and that's called an attribute lookup configuration. I won't go into this too much, but just to show you, this is what we set up, and we built a query string. Now, if you're not familiar with building queries, call Informa ImageQuest customer support, and we can help you with that. They're very simple to do. They're very straightforward. But if you haven't done them before, it might be good to have help the first time you do it. You want to connect it to the TrulinX database and build the query so it's looking up for the data that you would like to use. And that quickly we can populate additional fields. Now, what about watching the expiration date and being notified of impending expiration dates? It's as simple as clicking on the notification rules, and we can build a new rule, but I'll just open up the existing one. Name the alert whatever you'd like to. You go back and choose the attribute that you would like. In this case, we have an expiration date. You can see all 3 of those that I've created. And how early do you want to be notified, and how often do you want to be reminded? Well, in this case, I said, I want to know 30 days out, and remind me every 10 days. So theoretically, I'm going to get 3 emails before the expiration unless I take care of it, and we're able to update and have a new document. And who do you want to have receive this? It can be an individual, or as you know, you can have a role that could be more than one person that's going to be notified. So whichever way you'd like to do that. And again, you just type in here the message you would like to have in the email. And that quickly, we've built a notification date, and all the things you saw happen earlier can be done. Of course, you know, you have the ability to go back and build searches so that you can go back and look at a sales tax. We've already selected the sales tax certificate document. We could go back and say when is all those that will be expiring from, let's choose today's date, happens to be October 3rd of 2019. And let's say, tell me all of those who will be expiring in, let's just say in the next 60 days, okay? We'll go back and choose December 3rd. And if I did a search, and of course we have just a few documents that will be coming in, 3 that have their expiration date coming up in the next 60 days. But it's simple to go back and locate and find expiring documents, either notification like that or just a simple search. All right? Well, I hope this has been helpful for you today. We'll go back and finish just a few last things in our PowerPoint presentation. As we've said, we do provide other solutions beside the TrulinX document management. We also provide advanced capture, workflow automation, retention management for documents email, human resource file management, workflow automation, remittance processing, digital mailroom solutions, order entry automation, reporting dashboards, right fax systems and service if you're doing fax technology, and of course systems integration and consulting. We'd love to help you with any of these things. If you have a need, just please let us know. Again, thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.